It's like a half hour before the fight. I'm real late on this, but I wanted to get it up before the fight started. I've done pieces of this video, but it just wouldn't upload. So, Golovkin, Kell Brook, I think that this fight is ridiculous. Maybe not super, super preposterous, but the way that Golovkin's fans are making it out to be makes it super, super preposterous, okay? It's funny, you'll see these dudes, all they've been doing for months is touting Kell Brook, saying how great he is, explaining themselves, right? Like, why do you have to explain yourself? If he was so great, it would just, all they're doing is explaining themselves, but, propping Kell Brook up whenever they can, when they never, ever talked about Kell Brook before this. Never. Okay? Never called him a bum, but never, ever, ever said he was great, said he was pound for pound, none of that. Especially Thunderdome, that little liar. Yeah, you little man. But it's funny, Thunderdome's prediction video, it's such comedy. It's an hour and a half long. He spends an hour and 15 minutes telling you how great that Kell Brook is. Literally, an hour and 50 minutes, how he's got a chance. Don't sleep on him. He's awesome. This fight's very close, closer than you think, it's like this guy works for Triple G and his team. And a lot of people do that. They get paid by promoters, a lot of people. But the thing is, he's not even getting anything. I could see doing it if you're getting something, but he's not even getting anything. So they're using him. They're laughing at him. They don't even give him interviews. So, yeah, this is not to shit on Kell Brook. He's got balls going up to fight Triple G and all that. And, again, I don't know where you guys think that I'm a huge Triple G hater, I may not like the guy. I definitely don't like his fans. But, dude, I keep it 100. You just don't like to hear it. You don't listen to what I said. I've said time and time and time again that from what I can tell and what I can see, Triple G is great, and he's one of the best middleweights that I've ever seen, okay? Now, I'm also smart enough and been around boxing to know that he has not been tested yet, and, there's no way of telling how great he is. There's just no way. I don't care, you just don't see it. You don't have a boxing eye. Yes, I do. I have a great boxing eye. No one can tell until, he's been fighting the same guy over and over and over, running the same game. And again, remember, I said Triple G is great, okay? Never said he sucked. But this is ridiculous. Thunderdome said literally that he didn't say that Kell Brook's better than Sugar Ray Leonard, but he said this Kell Brook is better than the Sugar Ray Leonard that took 3 years off. Why are you guys even comparing this fight to the Ray Leonard-Hagler fight? What part of Ray Leonard is one of the greatest of all time? He's an all-time great. What part don't you understand? You can lie and talk Kell Brook's on your pound-for-pound list all you want. When the facts are, most of you, including you, Thunderdome, always has had Bradley as the number one welterweight after Pacquiao and Mayweather. Always. Look, you even say it right here. You say, a Thurman would beat him or Bradley would beat him. So, yeah, you're just a liar. And everybody knows that, right? So the dude spends, basically, dude, what Kell Brook is, he's a B-grade fighter. He's a very good B-grade fighter, but he's a B-grade fighter, okay? I want you to listen to this very, very closely, my next statement. You're saying Kell Brook is all-time one of the best welterweights or the best welterweight by far, blah, 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 okay? Dude, his best win, by far, his best opponent that he beat was Sean Porter in a hug fest. That's his best win. Did you watch that fight? You're going to tell me that guy's a pound for pound and a great? Did you watch that Porter fight? Now, I'm a big Porter fan, but I've said over and over and over that Porter's a B-grade fighter. And Porter almost won that fight. Porter had a draw in that fight. One of the judges scored it a draw. And Porter almost won that sloppy fight, okay? And I've said Porter's B-grade because he's raw, and I keep saying Porter's raw. He can get better. He hasn't really shown it, and I'm getting worried. But, yeah, that's Kell Brook's best win, this big, bad Kell Brook, okay? That's a joke, okay? So, anyways, Thunderdome's going on and on and on for an hour and 15 minutes saying how, Kell Brook can pull it off, blah, blah, blah. And then at the very end, his prediction, he says, Golovkin will knock him out in 6 rounds, and he'll win every single round. So he goes on and on, but then he says Kell Brook's going to smoke, or Golovkin's going to smoke him. He's going to win every single round, and then he's going to knock him out in the 6th. I mean, go look at it yourself. What a joke. I mean, just such comedy. Now, this isn't Kell Brook's fault. He is one of the best welters. Oh, you know, Thunderdome also said that Kell Brook is the weight that he's best at is 154 or 160. That's where he fights his best. Well, first of all, how do you know that? And second of all, then why is he fighting at 147? He also brought up that some trainer, I forget his name, he's like, and he brought this up, which means he might believe it. He said that a trainer said that Kell Brook is the best 154-pound fighter that he's ever seen, ever, in the history of boxing. He's filling all his poison in people's ears. So, anyways, what's going to happen tonight, I believe, are, you know, you could say all you want about Kell Brook, you know, being big and it doesn't matter. It does matter. If a guy, you know, fights at 147 all the time, it does matter. That means he doesn't have 160 power, okay? There's no way that he's going to be able to hurt Golovkin, and there's no way that he's going to be able to take Golovkin's power, okay? I mean, that's boxing. Know your boxing. You could say, you know, Kell Brook hits as hard as you want, all you want. It doesn't matter that they're both going to weigh the same on fight night. That doesn't matter. He doesn't have 160 big power, and if he did have 160 power, it's mediocre. And a lot of people are also saying, Golovkin's going to show you something else tonight that we didn't know about him. And you know what they're going to say? Golovkin's going to take a bunch off the chin tonight, and they're going to say, wow, Golovkin really showed his chin tonight. Yeah, that's because he was getting hit by a guy that, you know, has been punching 147 pounds his whole career. Okay? So, yeah. What's going to happen tonight is, you know, you might see three rounds, maybe some trading. You know, the first 3 rounds, decent rounds, a decent fight. But Golovkin's just too much for this guy. Like I said, Golovkin's an animal. He might be one of the hardest middleweights I've ever seen hit, and he's going to destroy this fool. And if he doesn't destroy this fool, well, then he got played, and we were all wrong about him. There is absolutely no way in hell that Gennady Golovkin should not mop this guy up. And if he doesn't mop this guy up, then he's a fraud. Period. I mean, period. It's so funny watching all these people say, no, Brook's good, Brook's good, Brook's good. You never talked about Brook. None of you. What a joke. Okay? Like I said, the fight's on tonight. Sure, I'll watch it. Cool. Couple big names. Big production HBO. Yeah, that's all good. I don't even really mind it that much. But to say you didn't crush Cinnabon for doing this and all that, you're just liars. And that's what makes me not like the fight, okay? You know, that's what makes me not like it. How all you guys just flip-flop and flip-flop. You just don't know shit about boxing. So, yeah. All right, man.
65 pounds. That he's the best. That's the best they've ever seen him. And that if he would fight at junior middleweight, he'd be the best junior. I can't remember which trainer it was. It wasn't his trainer, but it was a trainer from the UK. Said that when he's like around the junior middleweight fight night weight, that he's the greatest junior middleweight that he's ever seen with his own eyes. Is that true? Is that just, you know, boasting about him? Who knows? We're going to find out.
That's funny. Kell Brook is the best 154-pounder ever when he's at that weight, ever. And you're asking, is that true? I don't know. We're going to find out. Well, guess what? I know about boxing. Obviously, you don't, and I know. And let me tell you something. No, it's not true. Kell Brook is not the best 154-pounder ever. And you just said, is it true? I don't know. We'll find out. This is about 4 months ago, and he was talking about like a welterweight tournament, and he didn't even bring up Kell Brook, and some other dude did. He's like, oh, yeah, Brook's in there too, but in this scenario, I can't see him beating Thurman. Right there. Yeah, for someone that quote-unquote says I don't know shit about boxing and never, ever, ever watches any of my videos, right there. Nice video, Tito. Well, gee, thanks, Thunderdome. I appreciate that.